You're scrolling through your phone when you see it. A video of someone collapsed on a sidewalk. Dozens of people walk past. Nobody stops. You feel disgusted. You think, I would never do that. But the real answer is far stranger than judgment. The truth is, the more people who are present, the less likely any single one of them is to help. Not because people are cruel, because of math, your brain runs without you knowing it. In 1964, a young woman named Kitty Genovese was attacked outside her apartment in New York. Newspapers reported that dozens of neighbors heard her cries and did nothing. The story horrified the country. It also caught the attention of two psychologists, John Darley and Bibb Latané. They wanted to know why. So they built an experiment. They put people in separate rooms, supposedly for a group discussion over an intercom. Partway through, one voice started having what sounded like a seizure. Some participants believed they were the only listener. Others believed several people were listening too. What happened next surprised everyone. When people thought they were alone with the victim, almost all of them rushed to help. But when they believed others were listening too, far fewer did. Some didn't move at all. Darley and Latané called this diffusion of responsibility. Your brain quietly does a calculation. If other people are here, someone else will probably act. That thought spreads the weight of responsibility so thin across a crowd that it can disappear entirely. Nobody decides not to help. The decision simply never finishes forming. There's a second piece to this puzzle, and it's even stranger. Researchers call it social proof. When something unusual happens, you glance at the people around you to figure out how to react. If they look calm, you assume it's fine. If they're not moving, you don't move either. Everyone is reading everyone else, and nobody is sending a clear signal. A room full of people can convince itself in seconds that nothing is wrong. For decades, psychologists believed this effect was almost unbreakable. Then, in 2011, a researcher named Peter Fisher reviewed over 50 studies on bystander behavior. He found something that complicated the original theory. In situations that were clearly dangerous and unambiguous, the bystander effect weakened. People still helped, even in crowds, when the threat was obvious enough that there was no room left for doubt. So the freeze isn't really about apathy. It's about uncertainty. Your ancestors didn't evolve to make solo emergency decisions in front of an audience. They evolved in small groups where everyone already knew the situation, knew each other, and could read intent instantly. A crowd of strangers all uncertain at once is something your social instincts were never built to handle smoothly. Here's the twist most people miss. The bystander effect isn't a flaw in your character, it's a flaw in your information. Your brain isn't asking, should I help? It's asking, does this situation actually require help? And if it does, has someone already started? Both of those questions get harder to answer the more people are standing around you. This still plays out every day, just in quieter forms. You see a typo in a coworker's email everyone else already saw. You assume someone reported the broken streetlight. You watch a video of an argument online and wait for someone else's comment to set the tone before you write your own. The crowd hasn't changed. It's just gone digital, and it's bigger than it's ever been in human history. Knowing this doesn't make you immune to it, but it changes the question you ask yourself in the moment that matters. Instead of waiting to feel certain, you can ask one thing. If I were the only person here, would I already be moving? That question cuts through diffusion of responsibility almost instantly. It pulls you out of the crowd's hesitation and back into your own judgment. So the next time you walk past someone who needs help and the crowd around you stays still, remember, this isn't really a story about uncaring people. It's a story about how easily we mistake a silent crowd for a clear answer.